A 15-year-old Tasmanian boy who contracted coronavirus in Victoria and travelled to Launceston last Friday has the highly infectious Delta variant. The boy breached home quarantine by going to a supermarket before his positive test result came back. So far, health authorities have identified 17 close contacts and 35 casual contacts. All of the close contacts are in isolation and 9 have so far returned negative results. Authorities are still waiting on the other test results. Health experts say the risk of a close contact contracting the virus is high. Laura Beavis begins our coverage.
The news that someone with COVID visited her supermarket in Launceston on Saturday came as a shock to Sandra Boland.
I think you just go into the mode of what's got to be done to make everyone safe now, and you've just got to get in and get on top of that. And by the time all that's done, then you think back and think, oh, wow.
The 15-year-old breached home quarantine to go to the supermarket with his older cousin. Public health authorities have studied CCTV footage and believe they've identified everyone who came into contact with the boy.
There were actually very few people in the premises at the time. Any contact that he had with people in the premises at the time that he was there was really fleeting.
There is no ongoing risk at this particular business.
3 staff who were working at the supermarket are isolating as a precaution. Public Health have confirmed the boy has the more infectious Delta variant.
The likelihood of a case amongst close contacts, or at least one of the close contacts, I think is quite high.
There were 510 COVID tests carried out in Launceston on Saturday. Nearly 500 people got tested there on Sunday, and it jumped to 740 tests yesterday.
Even if you've been vaccinated, 1 dose or 2 doses, and you've got a sniffle or cold or flu symptoms, please go and get tested for COVID.
If they have problems getting to a testing clinic, it is important that they reach out to us on the public health hotline and we can organise something.
Wastewater will be tested for traces of COVID at an extra 12 sites in the Launceston area over the next 2 weeks. So far, more than 78% of Tasmanians have had at least 1 dose of a COVID vaccine, and more than 61% are fully vaccinated.
Please make your vaccination an absolute priority to protect yourself, to protect your loved ones and to protect the community.
Police say they'll review the circumstances of the quarantine breach before deciding whether to take action against the boy. Since January, more than 13,000 Tasmanians have quarantined at home. Only 1 person has been fined for doing the wrong thing. Laura Beavis, ABC News.
It's an anxious time for Launceston's northern suburbs, with many waiting for news of any cases of community transmission. Tasmania had a record number of people vaccinated yesterday, but Launceston has been identified as having low rates. Public health is concerned, but those living in the affected suburbs say there's simply not enough transport or services to meet demand. Jessica Moran reports.
Residents in the Launceston suburb of Newnham are on edge.
A bit uneasy, I guess, I suppose wondering whether there's going to be any community transmission from it.
We'd like to think that we're safe when we're here in Tasmania.
I know there's restrictions in place, but people don't do as they're told. That's the problem.
Launceston has one of the lowest vaccination rates in Tasmania. Peter Bricknell wants to get the jab, but a leg injury and lack of transport is making it hard.
I don't have any way of getting there. I have children who they drive, but one works, so by the time she gets home, everything's finished.
And she's not alone. Many in Launceston's northern suburbs say having to catch multiple buses to vaccination sites just isn't feasible. Literacy barriers and vaccine hesitancy is also a deterrent.
It was identified earlier about the large culturally and linguistically diverse population in Newnham and surrounding areas. So we're working with the Migrant Resource Centre North and with MCOT across the state and running information evenings.
There's a little bit of hesitancy about getting the vaccination. Some of that is about getting access, having access, because we've only got 1 doctor who has a full books, so you can't access him.
Ms Burr runs the neighbourhood house in Ravenswood. She wants the centre to become a vaccination hub.
And we're hoping to get a vaccination clinic happening here soon, but we had to wait until there was an opportunity to do so.
In the postcodes of Newnham and Launceston, there's still 12,000 people who haven't booked in for a COVID vaccination. The state government says that's an alarming number, and to help increase the vaccination rate for the northern suburbs, Public Health will be setting up a vaccination hub in Mowbray on Friday and Saturday. Anyone with symptoms is urged to get tested. Jessica Moran, ABC News, Launceston.